Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Vic here. Today is Friday, March 27th. Um, Friday, March 27th. Let me get that off. And I'll be going over today's trade recap. We took short today. We took an L. Um, I took this off a 5 minute gap tap, and and I will say, I know I said I won't be taking trades off of 5 minute gap taps alone, and that is my fault. But I at the end of this video, I'm gonna go through. There is a certain condition where I will take 5 minute gap taps, and this was one. And I'm gonna explain why I'm going to still take 5 minute 5 minute gap taps, but only in certain situations, right? But this type of gap tap, I will no longer be taking, right? But again, then it's also I'm conflicted because on a 5 minute gap tap, on trades that aren't Judas's, I'm not risking a lot. I'm only risking 250 per trade, right? So how I look at that is, if I'm just trying to get winning days on non-Judas trades, then it's like, why not just take a 5 minute gap tap? But that was my mindset on this trade. But it's like, okay, I still think I'm not gonna take it, like, because it's just like it doesn't win. But yeah, coming into market open though, we should have. Let me break this down. Coming into market open, what I initially wanted to see was market initially go up, tap this 1 hour gap, then continue lower, because we were extremely bearish. We were extremely bearish, extremely bearish. I wanted to see a manipulation into a 1 hour gap, then from there continue lower and come take out. We have some daily draws and monthly lows that we're drawing towards, right? So that's what I initially wanted to see. But then a little bit into the open, I also peeped again another scenario. Oh, let me just explain it. A scenario I will take a 5 minute gap tap in is if it's within like the first 15 minutes of market open, because usually once the first few minutes are open, for some reason or so I've noticed, like, you just get a respect of PD arrays, like you just do for the most part. So boom, at this point in time, like in live time, I was thinking we could get a Judas long to this 1 hour gap, but then we just end up displacing lower. Again, I wanted shorts, but I only wanted shorts once we had tapped into this 1 hour high, because it's like I don't want to take any type of trade here when I don't want to take any type of trade once we have a 1 hour gap right at our SL. But the thing is, you could also look at it like this though. You did get a 5 minute intermediate high sweep. I don't know. Hold on. No, maybe not this one. No. Oh, it didn't come here. Okay. Boom. We displaced lower. Put in these lows. Then we get a 5 minute gap tap here. And this is one that, like, this was a play that maybe I should have taken. But, okay, so we put in this 5 minute high. I think we get a resweep of the high, right? We get a resweep of these highs, still respecting this 5 minute gap. We're still within 15 of the open, right? Sweep these highs into was it 1 minute or was it a 2 minute? You could have still probably taken the 2 minute. 2 minute IFEG, 64-point stops, break even at the lows, targeting a 1-to-1. Oh. And this is also something I was gonna say. Front running is also necessary, I feel like, in the first 15 minutes of open, or like early into the open on moves like these. I feel like I might start front running, because also the data shows I've been successful doing so for the most part. Also, when I trade evals, I usually front run, and those usually do well. So a 5 minute gaps, or you could have probably taken the 1 minute IFEG. Boom, that's enough confirmation on its own, because it also inverse this 1 minute bull gap that had been previously respected. Then from there you're in again, like I said in last recap, like you're the quarterback, you just got to make the read, and this is a read that I think I'm gonna start making. But then again, it's like, okay, I just gotta take what market's showing me. If market wants to respect this 5 and go, again, we are super early into the session, and moves like these usually have follow through. Again, like I've been saying, you usually, if for this type of market we're in, if you don't catch there's usually one move, and if you don't catch it, the rest of the session is really ass. But anyway, let's get into the trade that I did take. I was just like, okay, if we do want to respect 5 minute gaps, if we do get a 5 minute gap tap, I will consider taking it. But again, in hindsight, this was a bad trade to take. Not only did I say I wasn't going to take these type of 5 minute gap taps, if I'm also just, because my reasoning for this is that we got a 5 minute gap tap respect previously. But what I also didn't mention is that if I'm going to try to copy this one and what market is doing, then I should also wait for a resweep of these highs. And if I would have done that, boom, we ended up getting a resweep of these highs. Then I'm pretty sure, is it a 2 minute that opens up? Boom, we get a 2 minute IFEG. But this probably would have been break even though. Break even. Yeah, break even, but yeah. Would have at least avoided a losing trade. So yeah, not the best. But again, it's like, it's only, let me show you our P&L, but like I was saying, like it's only a 250 loss, but it's not even 250 loss. It's probably like a two. Let me pull up P&L real quick. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, P&L minus 234 on each account. Drawdown is 1,500. Again, like that's technically that's one loss if I was sizing regular, but again, I'm not sizing regular. And if I was sizing regular, I'd be down, like, I think I'd be down to a band drawdown. Anyways, I'm confident next week will be better. We have a full week news docket, man. Full week. As we can see, Monday we got Fed Chair Powell. I thought Powell stepped down. Tuesday we got Jolts. Wednesday we got hella. Thursday unemployment, and Friday we got, you feel me? Every day's a red folder. So hopefully market starts to jump and we break out that range, go hit that monthly bullish fair value gap, and we continue higher from here. But anyways, here's my weekly recap, March 23rd to the 27th. I went 1 for 3 on trades this week. I missed one Judas. I think it was on it was on Tuesday. I missed one Judas, but like looking back, I should have still taken it, but maybe not with the full size I'm trying to do for like Judas's I love, because I didn't feel comfortable risking 1K on that. So I didn't feel comfortable, but I should, like, instead of 1K like I would for Judas's, I said later in the recap, as I'm gonna say later in the recap, if it's a trade like that, I want to go back to risking like my normal trade size, right? Because I am confident in those moves. Market has been giving, if it's within the first like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to open, those moves have been super solid. And if I have the chance to catch those, I really think I will. Also, okay, yeah, missed one Judas, didn't really like it in live time due to lack of volatility I'm used to. Like, I wasn't used to that amount of, like, it wasn't as volatile as I was used to, but it still looked good, but it just didn't have the volatility I was looking for. But even still, I still should have taken it, or that's something I should still take. And because of that, I'm still gonna take with like my regular risk, which is 500 per trade on an account like this, right? I think that's 4% of the. You feel me? Yeah, down 500 on the week. Need to start trusting the opening moves more since they more often than not play out. My size normal on opening moves that aren't Judas due to this fact. I also think I still would use 5-minute gap taps if it's within the first 15 minutes of open. Market is really starting to break out of this range, so I'm confident that PA is going to improve coming into next week. Full red folder news as well. Gotta continue to stay and process and be patient. I'm locking back in. Like, also, oh shoot, I can yap a little bit. I feel like I haven't been as locked in as I should be, bro. Like, and I need to do a lot of reflection and reflecting. Turn 21 tomorrow. You feel me? Thank you, God. But like for real, like I gotta do a lot of self-reflection, bro. Cause like I feel like I'm not going as hard as I should be. Not just with trading, like trading aside, I should say. I feel like I could be doing better and more things. And if I'm being quite honest, I wouldn't say the start to 2026 is what I would have imagined it to be. Part of that on me, part of that, some of it out of my control. Yeah, I just got to lock back in. I feel like I can be operating at a higher level than I am right now. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I'm finna start back running today too. I'm finna like late night runs, but it's not late night. It's gonna be like probably like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Yeah, I'm finna start running a mile. Finna start back a mile today and slowly build up. But I do want to hopefully run every weekday, so 5 days a week for the rest of the school year, then continue it into summer. Then so going into summer, I do run a 5K, which is like essentially 3 miles. I want to run a 5K. So boom. Really hope next week gives us a couple Judas's, man. Really neat though. Like I want a real trade. Like I haven't taken a real trade, as in a Judas's, which I am taking, and I am still doing $500 to $1 million, $500 to $1 million trade challenge, taking only Judas's. But the thing is, I haven't had any Judas's, so there's nothing to take. So I'm not gonna make a video or a recap for a Judas I didn't take. But we are still doing that challenge. And like I've been opening up my live account every day, but if it's not a Judas, I'm not gonna take it on my live account because I don't want to put risk on my live account, right? So I'd rather just take So what I do is I use Tradecopia. If I see a Judas, like I have it for up initially. If a Judas doesn't pass, and you know when a Judas won't be here because like it's gotta be quick. So I just turn off Copia, then I just go to Tradeovate and copy my Lucid accounts. So, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. But I am confident we gonna catch a Judas. From there, that's when it starts. Again, coming into, we still got a couple more trading days in March, but going into April, like again, like I really just need like 2 or 3 Judases and we're paid. Like then at that point, if we get 2, 3, let's say we get 3 Judases for the 500 to $1 million challenge, that will be. Let me pull it up real quick. What would that? Hold on. Once, okay. If we hit 3, 2, we would be at 4,000. Then after 4,000, okay, so that's one payout. Another payout would be another 3, essentially, which we're doing. So another 3 is 8,000, 16,000. We'd be at 32,000. But and that's where I said I stop. If I'm being honest, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't go all the way, not right now, cause you feel me. But I did think that's doable, bro. Like, if I'm dead patient and just strike on what I know is like a great trade, then it's like I have like 100. I have full conviction, but I just haven't gotten any. I have full conviction on. But there are some I have gotten good conviction on, but not full. If I'm being quite honest. But yeah, I'm finna head to the gym. Finna start back running. Like, I can't eat how I want to here, but once I get back to the crib, like, bro, I'm finna get in peak shape, bro. This summer, I can't. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get in peak shape now, but I'm gonna get in peak shape in the summer, for sure. Oh my gosh, I'm finna eat so good. And it's like, that's why I also need to overly get paid. Cause right now, like, to be able to eat how you want to, you really need, not Uber cheese, but you need cheese. But anyways, hold up. This video finna be long. Let me yap a little bit longer. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, and it's no more. You feel me? If you know, you know. After I'm turning 21, I'm clean, bro. Um, what else? I need to start stretching. I need to start stretching. Also for my running, hold on, let me look at it. I want to, bro. I love seeing the runs stack up in the run app. Like when I was running when I went back home for what was it, spring break? And you see the activity and you see the runs start to stack up. That shit's so fire. On my fastest, bro. My fastest time was 8:25. Okay, the first time I had ran, I got a 9:54. I was like, damn. I'm like, I mean, it's okay, but that's slow, right? Then I ran 2 miles and I ran that at an average pace of 10 minutes. And I'm like, if I ran 2 miles, my average pace is 10 minutes, but I ran 1 mile, my average pace is 9 minutes, 54, right? That means if I try to run a mile a little bit faster, it means to me that means I probably could run a mile a little bit faster. So the next day ran a mile that was 8:25. Then the next day ran a mile that was 8:26. So I probably think if I did run a mile right now after not running, it probably would be back at like 9. But I still think it would be faster than this. But yeah, I think my goal, I low key think I think I can get to an 8. I think I could get to an 8. Then by end of summer, I low key think I can get to probably like a 7:30. But yeah, for sure, probably a 7. I'm not gonna lie, with the type of shape I'm predicting myself to be in, I think I can get it to a 7. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about anything shorter than that, but I think I can get it to a 7. Um, I do want to play a round of chess, but that stuff take too long. I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a separate video on that. Hold on, we can do a review though. I was busting that nigga Abby. Oh my gosh. This morning. I should have just took my 2 wins and went. I should have just took my 2 wins and left. We can review one of those games. So to play. No way it put me in a game. No way it put me in a game. Which one? This one's the better. Let's review this real quick, man. Let's review this game review. Bro, why is it so cold in here? Boom. You feel me? Pawn D4. You know you got to match. Pawn. Dang, how did I be saying this shit so fast? Pawn to D5. Bishop to. Now I can't even see this shit. I gotta get this whole memorized. He pushes out his bishop. Okay, to me, that's not really threatening anything. I just advance my knight, right? Boom, he pulls out his knight. No way it actually made me lose. Bro, no way I was actually in a game. Dropping my elo for nothing. Boom, he pushes out his bishop. I mean his knight. Boom, I push up my push pawn, get my bishop on the bishop on the light squares out, targeting something. Boom, he pushes pawn a little bit first square. I then push my bishop out. And in my opinion, what I'm thinking here is we could trade. I really don't care. But if you're not going to take, you're going to have to back out. If he takes, I take. Again, it's like a sacrifice. I really don't care. Really just play off what my opponent does with it. He backs his bishop out. I push my queen up. Get my queen touching. Now we're controlling this side of the board. I'm now considering if I want to push pawn up because we have one. I mean, he's covering two, but technically we have three on it. Or one. Bro, there's drags. One, two, then, but pawn's also blocking, but you feel me? And then he pushes pawn. That's inaccuracy. Should have pushed. And also, I've been going through. No, that's too much. Yeah. Boom. He pushes bishop out. At this point, I really don't care if you take. I take. I'm pretty sure I pushed pawn here. No, I did not. I should have taken. Oh, they said that's a miss. Doesn't take. Okay, then I push pawn. Let's see what he does. He takes. Again, I take. He castles. Let's try that. Okay. I push pawn. I'm trying to push this knight out. He pushes his knight back. Boom. From here, hold up. I advance my knight. I'm trying to apply pressure to this queen side. He has this queen in a box. She can't go anywhere. So I'm trying to think, what can I do to make a play on this? He pushes pawn up. That's a miss or an inaccuracy. I castle. I'm not mad at the castle here. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not mad at the castle. I'm trying to protect my queen a little bit because if he does push his queen out, she can't get involved. So I'd rather go like that. Boom. He kicks knight out. That's a miss. I should have. Oh, he should have taken. I should have taken. Open up that file, but I didn't. I was thinking about taking, but I didn't want his pawn to open up and get his rook involved. So it's like I'm advancing his position for free. So that's why, in my mind, I'm pretty sure, like, obviously, for it to be a miss, it has to provide some strategical advantage. But in my head, that's what I was thinking at the moment. Like, I would have rather done it with sacrifice my or not sacrifice, but yeah, sacrifice my. But then I'm losing a bishop but then this file would have been open. You feel me? Again, that's why I castle, because then queen of applying pressure on this pawn, which then if he wins through a fork, he could fork my queen, and but then he's hanging his queen. But it just depends how you just want to play it. I then move my queen, backing up my bishop, touching these pawns. I like when my queen is touching other pieces. He blunders by pushing his pawn up. I take. I don't know why he did that. I take. I'm now attacking his knight. I'm attacking the space. The queen can no longer move here. Only place she can move is here. So now it's like, how can I capitalize on this position? He pushes pawn. I take with the I sacrifice my bishop. I'm trying to get him to open up this white file. So then I can now make a play with my queen. Yeah, he takes. I takes with the queen. I'm now applying pressure on his rook. I'm now applying somewhat pressure on his queen. I'm pretty sure he plays bishop to e2. I mean e3 or f3. Yeah, bishop to f3, which is a inaccuracy. I take with my This was an inaccuracy too. I wasn't supposed to take. What would have happened if I? Oh, I could have went. There. I couldn't have went there. Oh, he gotta move. Let's say here. Oh, would that have been check? Okay. But anyways, boom. I take. He takes. I push pawn. He takes with the queen. Hold up. I'm going too fast. I stop here. Yeah, he takes my pawn. Wasn't guarded, wasn't defended. Now he's attacking my rook. Boom. I move my pawn on my rook over, get my rook involved, pushing this e file. Dang, keep saying I should have pushed bishop. But at this point, I mean knight. But at this point, I'm completely winning. Now it's just I just have to not blunder. Not completely winning. I'm only up to two pieces. But how I look at it is I just have to survive the end game and trade pieces, then I should be up regardless, right? Boom, I move knight back. I'm trying to protect, or he checks my queen. Move knight back. Takes with his pawn. I move my rook up. I'm trying to apply pressure. But my rook is technically hanging, but I'm also thinking of going bishop to f4. Didn't end up doing that, but again, I'm up in points. He moves his rook. Okay. I then take. I forgot. Okay, I take his bishop. Why do I keep mixing it up? I take his knight. His queen is now attacking my my rook. He takes with his queen instead of taking with his rook. And what would have happened if he did take with the rook? Not sure, but instead. We then because if he takes because if he takes with his rook, but that has still been checkmate. Right. Okay. Oh dang. Okay, so that's on him. Quick little recap. This is a long ass video. I told myself I'm finna get to a 1K elo by the end of February. I think I'm finna lock in on everything, bro. I'm finna get back reading my word more. Been slacking low key. Oh, that's on me. God help me. Then I'm gonna start reading like back my other books. Then I'm going to again start running again. And I'm gonna grind chess, bro. I'm gonna get to a 1,000 elo by the end of February. I mean, at the end of April. But yeah, that's a little longer video. I love y'all boys. We finna get rich. Like, there's no doubt. We finna get rich as shit, bro. It's just a matter of time. Why not us, man? Like, why not us? Why can't we do it? You feel me? Have no doubt. Thank you, God. Mind you, Vic out, man.